Happy, happy Tuesday, everyone. Glad that we are here in Satsang. So, um, I was actually reading about a subject that I'll probably talk about on Saturday, but it had something to do with you know, Satsang is about embodying transcendental energy. And then when you have that in abundance, you almost effortlessly affect other people through the abundance of that energy, which could come with love, light, and peace in abundance as well. Or, there are many, many ways in which this energy shows up. Um, so, how do we understand that one person's, you know, energy or one person's presence or one person's state directly affects us or people around this person? Um, so what that led to was that, you know, I was reading about storytelling, and what they said was that when the storyteller is telling a story, the people who are listening and the person who is telling the story, there are some parts of the brain that light up, and that becomes a connection. So we all see that when, there is an interesting story that we're listening to, we all get glued to it. And there is a connection between the storyteller and the listener or listeners. So this concept is what I was, reading or thinking or, uh, researching about. But where it landed was like, okay, so is there a story that I really like? And I think I have talked about this before, but the more than the story, it's the visual that when somebody is very angry and consumed by anger, one of the Buddha stories I read was that it's that anger is like holding burning coal in your hands. So harboring resentment is like holding a burning coal that you wish to throw at your enemy, but instead you are the one who gets burnt. And, if we translate that into a visual that is more contemporary. So a woman who expected a promotion at work, everyone thought she would receive one, but instead another co-worker got it because, you know, uh, the manager or the boss had, you know, uh, connection with this person. And so this woman felt hurt, betrayed, angry. And months passed, but the anger would not leave. She would avoid him, looked at him with bitterness, carried the pain within her every day. So one day a friend asked, like, you felt burned by him, didn't you? Like he put your hand on a hot stove. And she said, yeah, exactly. So the friend asked, then why do you keep putting your hand on the hot stove? So she said, no, I don't. He put my hand on the hot stove. So, yeah. So the friend says, yeah, but that was months ago. It is still getting burned only because you are still holding it there. So, you know, the nature of resentment, how anger burns us, but we still keep holding on to it. It's just, almost like human nature. Um, so the hurt may be real, the injustice may be real, the anger may even be very natural because it is. And, and sometimes anger, I was talking somewhere uh, in one of the talks that, anger is something that we need to control and so on and so forth. And somebody mentioned that, we have anger as a tool that can be utilized. So the difference there is that one is to get consumed by anger, the other one is you demonstrate or use anger as a tool to send a message to someone. So, so if anger stays too long, it changes and its nature and no longer protects us, it begins to consume us um, and turns into resentment. And, it clouds the heart, disturbs the mind, drains the energy. And forgiveness uh, doesn't mean that what happened was acceptable. You know, it doesn't mean that we are weak, passive, or forgetful. It's just um, we are choosing deliberately not to keep feeding the wound. So, you know, so resentment remains, but, you know, uh, it's like first step is to, uh, you know, honestly say, yeah, I'm, understand that I'm holding this, it's hurting me, but I want to be free. And forgiveness then becomes real. Um, and meditation helps us in a lot of these things, almost, as a byproduct. When we sit quietly and turn towards the inner light, a lot of these things start to loosen their grip. The heart becomes softer, mind becomes less reactive. We stop adding fuel to the old fires, and you know, in a way, I feel we kind of rise above some of this. Um, so yeah, we ought to ask certain questions. Am I still holding my hand to an old stove? Am I carrying some burning coal in my heart? Can I, you know, um, so can I place it uh, in the light that I get, that I try to manifest in meditation, and just say, may what is burning, uh, you know, inside me gets cooled off. May the light within me transform this resentment into peace and pain into freedom. And that shall lead to our meditation today. So, eyes lightly closed, still and relaxed posture, and feel the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light. And that light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are getting completely and totally immersed in this light. Mind wanders away, then bring it back to this thought and this thought alone. That, this transcendental energy, which is right here, right now, feeling the presence. This energy in form of light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are getting completely and totally immersed in this light. We'll start with music. Music fades away, and we go deep into silent meditation, and then we transition out with music again. Let's start. All right. Happy Tuesday. Any thoughts, comments, questions? Vaisi, Anita ji, Omkar, anything?
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaskar.
It is great to be here always.
Namaskar, Anita ji.
Namaskar, Bhai Sahab. Good evening, everyone. Uh, this was very nice that you spare your time Tuesday evenings. Nice thought as well about.
Yeah, that's very illustrative. It's just if everybody thought that anger is like holding burning coal in their hands, I mean, how many would like to do that? But then everybody does that. So it's like a very, very interesting concept or visual.
Yeah, it is an impressive visual. I mean, theoretically, everyone knows that we can control our reaction, and that is what we need to control.
Yeah.
But yes, that visual is very powerful.
See, what is interesting is that when I talk to people, what I realize is that a lot of these quote unquote not so positive uh, emotions or drives that we have, um, anger, envy, lust, greed, even power, a lot of us are driven by that. So if you take that away, you will take away, a motivating factor. And when you in a conversation you realize that this person is motivated to do X, Y, and Z because they are, driven by a very quote unquote in satsang terms or my, our, terms. It's like not a very positive emotion, but that's what drives people. Very, very real. And then people ask, like, hey, this is working for me. So if you take that out, they will be less motivated. And like, yeah, right. So, and that's actually true. So that being driven from these factors, these emotions, these, you know, um, because of some resentment or some envy, you are driven to do more. I mean, is that a purposeful life? Probably not. But is that a driven life? Maybe. Uh, and then if you take the drive out, so till a sense of duty, a sense of, doing things to become a better, you know, I should be better than what I was yesterday, right? If I have that kind of motivation, then it's a different way of driving cells.
Yeah, so I think the point is to like have a different motivation, so your goal should not be to get better using those motivators. Your
No,
goal should be.
but I have actually I have seen lots and lots of young people, and I don't want to take away their drive. I don't want to take away their ambition, but then I also know the ambition is, a facade to a not so positive thing that is driving it. It's very, but that's the world we live in.
True.
Hmm.
It also drives crowds, that kind of motivation.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, I have a way to get you, you know, uh, all the money that you need in like no time. Yeah, that would it's and it's yeah, a lot of industries actually just run on that. Yes. So Onkar, what do you say to that?
I'm just listening. When you said like being better, I don't know, but like definitely I am one day older today. Like time is passing so fast, and yeah,
See, but somebody, one of guys I used to work with, used to say that, live and learn, right? So if I translate that to like every day you live, you're learning something. So if you continue to learn, and I think satsang is another way to just learn about ourselves and what ought to be. चलिए ठीक है नमस्कार नीता जी ओंकार रेणु जी bye AC how are you doing all right love light and peace be with you let's be in satsang soon namaskar
namaste, bhaiya. Bye, everyone.
Namaskar. Good night, everyone.
Sa- Sadhu Pranam Bhaiya.
namaskar